Welcome to the Transform Your Wealth and Health podcast, where experts in wealth, health, and fitness help transform your life. Here's your host, Andy Arter.
Hi, and welcome to the podcast. I just wanted to give you a little insight into my mind and the way that I think and the way that I try to impart some ideas over to some of my clients. So the guys that I'm dealing with tend to be in certain industries, one of which we're going to try and focus on today and touch on another one possibly as well. So the fitness industry is one and the property industry is another. So if you can try to, if you're in either of those industries, try and see how you might be able to work some of these ideas into what you're doing at the moment. Gives you an idea of how you might be able to 10x what you're doing. So you might be on a set path, but you can veer off into other avenues. You don't always have to do the work yourself. Don't forget, you have to be smart, you have to be clever. How can you get other people to do it? You need to be thinking that. If you can automate, obviously even better, and you can move your business on tenfold. Just to give you a little insight, in the fitness world, there's so many different ways that you can achieve the same thing. So I sat down with one of the clients and I was speaking to them. I think we come out with over 50 ways in the end that he could actually move his business on and try different things and different avenues and see what he liked to do. But one of the ones that we come up with first of all was for him to have a core product. So whatever happened, this core product he would fall back onto. So that would be running in the background, a bit like a computer program. He would be making a living from this product, whatever happened behind the scenes. Obviously, if he could automate it, if he could have it as videos or as a mini chat bot, for example, and these things were automating leads for him, even better. So we spoke about that, but we wanted him to have a core product and we spoke about what he might be able to do. So for example, I'm not sure if this is one that I've seen somewhere or whether it's just a generic thing, but I've called it 6-pack in 6 weeks. Is that possible? I don't know. But let's just say, for example, we call it 6-pack in 16 weeks. It wouldn't really matter. But if you could actually get somebody a 6-pack in 16 weeks, it's a catchy phrase, something that you could push, and you could do it in various different ways. You could obviously do it in person, via videos. Maybe you could do it as a speak-only course. I've just got one actually through from somebody, which is on a USB card. So you could do it on that kind of thing as well. So all sorts of different ways. But if he could have a core product, it always falls back on that. That will be running in the background. I also got him to think about different styles of ways that he could do stuff. So of course the videos, in-person meetups, open days. You can have an open day to show people what he's actually capable of doing, and then free trials, of course. You can actually get people to try your product without actually having to pay. So in other words, they'll try it. If they like it, they could sign up to what you do. Also, different products and services. So from the fitness industry, not just a matter of doing exercises, but you've got different foods that you could sell, different clothing, a vast array of things that you can do. You could sell the weights or the kit. You could target various different people as well. So maybe via your own specialist Facebook group, if it was, let's say, 6-pack in 6 weeks, you could attract people that just was interested in getting a 6-pack, and you could have a Facebook group or something similar to that. You could also target specific people with, say, a high income. So in a particular area, maybe in London, you might try to target Kensington, Chelsea, Westminster, that kind of thing, where the people can afford to pay more money. So just to give you a little idea, you're in control of this. So if it's property, of course, then you would do the same thing. You're in control. You can target the areas that best suit your products. I also got him to try and think outside of the box a little bit. So if he was passing a gym every day and that gym was empty, might he approach the gym owner or the people that run the gym, obviously it could be one of the big chains, and speak to them about how he could help them fill that gym? So in other words, you're in the middle here. You can do stuff without having to own the gym. You can influence that gym very nicely, thank you. If you've got a good following on social media or people come to your meetup, you could influence the gym, get the people in them and take an income from it. You know, they would help you do that. If they've got an empty gym, it's failing, they're going to need you just as much as you need them. So think in that way too. Is there a company out there that's in your niche that you could attach yourself to and take an income from? Now, from us talking about many chat bots earlier, it's a way of gaining clients. Now, there's a guy called Superfit Chris. Don't know if he's targeted any of you guys, but he's often on my feed and he comes through and he says, you know, is your business earning over £10,000 in the fitness industry per month? Yes or no. And it's one of those things, you click on the yes or you click on the no, and if you click on the no, then he obviously wants to sell you ideas and different ways, ultimately leading to a webinar and signing up for a course, etc. So you can do the same thing too. Doesn't have to be in the fitness industry, it can be in your own industry, but they're quite easy, quite quick, reasonably cheap things to sort out. So you can have a funnel all through a mini chat bot or something similar. So if you was to do that, there's other things that you could promote too from that. It doesn't have to just be your core product. You could take it off into other avenues. Might be that you want to promote your brand. So although you don't want to particularly sell a course or a product, it might be that you want people to know all about you. And then you can sell your brand, and from that sell anything you want. Now there's a guy called Jamie Alderton who's quite well known in the fitness industry, and Jamie, I believe, was in the military, and from there he did a bit of modeling, and he also was into his fitness, and he has a certain amount of people that run his gyms for him and help him to do the training, and he's moved things on tremendously. And we were talking earlier about the products and services that you could provide. Well, Jamie provides a product which is appearing everywhere now. Today I saw it in Holland & Barrett. Last week I saw it in Costco's, I believe it was, and then I've seen it in Tesco's, I think it was as well. And it's Grenade Fit, I think it's called. These bars and products that he sells are laid out in boxes. Carb Killer was one of them, and Carb Killer is a particular product that he sells that is for the fitness industry. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you might pick up a Carb Killer bar and you might want to use his product. So he's moved things on tremendously. From one thing, he's led on to another, and no doubt he's got plenty of other things that he's thinking of too. Well done to Jamie. But just shows you, guys like him, Joe Wicks, I'm imagining that Joe is a fitness guy originally. I don't know too much about him. And now he's moved it on to food. He's relating the two together. Food programs are super hot in the UK at the moment, and he's doing the both together. So look how fit I am, look how pretty I am. Probably doesn't attract me, but I'm sure he does something for the girls. And Jamie, likewise, been a model. He would have a certain amount of attraction too. These guys have moved things on and they're going off into other avenues. So can you do the same too in your niche? You could talk to the national gyms. Now, it doesn't have to be a gym, of course. It could be the national leaders within your industry. You could approach them with your idea and product, tap into their network already. So just the fact that they're already there, they've got all the infrastructure that you'd really like. You can't have it. Nobody can be the market leader instantly. You have to work up towards it. But could you do some sort of affiliate marketing with them? Could you do some sort of sale through them? Come up with an idea, do some sort of joint venture with a really big company and instantly hit the market up and running? Could you do that? Don't know what you got in your mind, but if you've got an idea and it really works, you just need the infrastructure to put it out through, go and talk to a national company. Obviously you might need to do some way of keeping your idea as yours. You might need them to sign something, but ultimately you're going to have to get it out there. Unless you've got a way to market, then you might be best off tapping into someone that's already got it. You could target a celebrity. Now, celebrity status is brilliant. You know, these programs that are on the telly nowadays, that's Towies and such likes. The people that are on there, some of them have made a fortune. So Joey Essex, for example, someone said the other day that he'd made £6.5 million. Well done to Joey. I met him once, nice guy. But he's not really known for his brains, is he? So someone's helping him use his influence. And you could tap into a celebrity as well and use their influence for your product, your goods, your services. Make it work for you by tapping into their notoriety. Don't know if you thought about that. Anyone that fits the bill, if they're in your niche, your market, and you could use them and they wanted to do it, of course you could ask them and both of you could do well out of it. You could do a 50-50. You could be the person who does all the work. They're just really the face of it. It's what happens in all sorts of advertising all over the place. You could do that too. You could do stuff like a training the trainers. So if you was a trainer within the fitness industry, for example, you could train other trainers. You could run a course. You could sell an online course. You could do a book or a product that attracted other trainers. If they're willing to pay you for it, you can make an income. Likewise, you could have a mastermind group. So people pay really big money sometimes to be in mastermind groups. If you could be the leader of a mastermind group and attract other people within your industry, there's an instant way of making money. and you could all prosper together. These kind of ideas that I'm coming out with, you could have them within your own industry, and people might have the goods and the products already to push through them, just not the ideas. So you could be the ideas person. There's money in that. If you can come up with good ideas and make it work for them, you can sometimes put people in contact with each other. I've done it last week with a guy. He needed some work, and I put him in touch with 2 people that I knew needed someone to help them finalize some deals. There you go. Instantly, everybody was happy. If you're into the fitness world, there's a likelihood that you're going to have a really good mindset. So you could be a mindset coach. You could also coach people in thinking the way that you think in other industries too. So if you believe that you've got something over and above the rest, and you can actually help other people to get that mindset too, there's good money in it. Some people out there earning fortunes, Tony Robbins and people like that. I mean, crazy money. I think it's $100,000 is the minimum to work with Tony Robbins. So wow, that's unbelievable. But Tony's the main man. Maybe you might want to set your sights slightly lower than the $100,000 per person. Doesn't mean longer term that you're not going to get that kind of money, mind you. You just got to expand your mind a bit and look into that kind of stuff. Tony's doing incredibly well. God knows how much he makes, but he obviously provides a good service that these kind of guys have got backlogs. They've got waiting lists to actually work with them. So there's obviously somebody out there that's fitting this bill to provide a service to someone that actually wants it. So you've just got to match the two together. If you think you're that kind of person that could do that, push it, get yourself an idea, a way of making it happen, and just get it out there. Try it. You don't know what's going to happen until you try it. If you've really got that type of personality that can make that work, then just go for it and see what happens. If you don't try, you're never going to know. So you might as well try. You could always do affiliate sales. Now, affiliate sales is, once again, like we were saying previous, tagging onto other people's products or infrastructure. So you might have a product that niche nicely with somebody else's. You could then tag your product onto theirs, or if not, you could tag into their infrastructure. So think about that too. There's plenty of companies out there that do them. There's affiliate marketing companies, plus there's other companies that allow you to be an affiliate. You could be a guest speaker. Guest speakers can earn absolute fortunes. A guy that I know was telling me a while back, he's upping his fees and he's going to charge £15,000 to be a speaker for an event. So well done to him. On a reasonable level, £15,000, that could be a salary for somebody for a whole year. He's getting that for one day at one event. If you move it on to the real big guys, Gary Vaynerchuk, I believe, earns $250,000 to speak at an event. $250,000. He reckons if all else failed, he could probably make $20 million a year on the speaking events. Wow. Gary's the man, of course. Love a bit of Gary Vaynerchuk. But could you do something on a lesser level? So the guy that I was talking to that's charging $15,000, at the moment I believe he was charging $5,000. Still very nice money. How many of those a year do you need to get yourself over and above the national average? Did you know, by the way, that Tesco's have a PT within their company? Or used to have, at least. I don't know if they've still got it. But there was a guy that was advertising himself as an PT for Tesco's. So one of the companies that I do a little bit of work for is the union Unison, and Unison have 6 million people within their union. So if you think about it, if you could do something for a large organisation with Unison, a penny per person per year would give you how much? £60,000 per year income. The numbers are there, of course, so you could always mess around with it. Doesn't need to be a penny a person, but whatever you're doing, if you could scale it, then you can make it work in a massive way. £60,000, twice roughly the UK national average income, just from one company or one organisation. So what ideas have you got that you could get out there to a huge organisation? You could also do a ton of other things. I found about 50 all in all, but just one or two of the other things. You could look for an apprentice to do what you're doing. So if you're successful at what you're doing, you might be able to attract someone else to come and work alongside you, and you can mentor them and help them. And very often it's for reasonable rates or free. If they want to learn how to do something within the industry and you've got something they need to learn, they could quite often work for you for free. There's a way of scaling your business. You want to 10x things, you've got to have 10x ideas. So what are you doing to push and promote your business at the minute? So if it was in the fitness industry, you running, let's say, a course or a gym, let's say, you're going to want to get people within there that's going to help you run the course and you not always be there. So you can go off and do other things whilst they take maybe the last hour of the course, or, possibly they do the introduction. So you've got to think outside the box a little bit. Don't do everything yourself. You can always make money by thinking smart. So I hope that's given you a few ideas, just a few things to think about. I would say, first things first, get yourself a destination map. So where do you want to go? Where do you want to be eventually? And plot and plan it along the way. You can have, call it a mind map. You can have various ways of getting there, but have a map, a general map that's going to push you in that direction. And if it's technical stuff like ManyChatbot, or if it's just a meetup or a course, whatever it might be, plot it, plan it, get ways of people helping you and automating it. Don't do all the work yourself. Make it easier so that you can make some money and enjoy yourself. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and until next time, start transforming your wealth and health now.